I start with opening up the energy field. Bring in light. Then I expand the energy field. Expanding the energy field helps to hold more light in the system, and also more awareness comes with that as well. So I'm expanding. And the energy field can always be more expanded. Then I fill up the expanded space with light. So there's a lot of light already present and entering the body, the energy body, and the area around us. So there's a lot of light flowing in. At first, the first energy that comes in specifically with the quality is like very calming energy. So it calms down the body. The whole system, the energy bodies, just calms down our whole system. And it helps us to relax more. And it helps us to move out of the vibration we were in before. So meaning everything you experience throughout like the day, it can slowly start moving out of your system. And now this new vibration, this calming energy, and the high vibrational divine light is now coming in and basically taking the place. Then I clear surface energies. Surface energies are all sorts of energies that are floating around the top of your system. So energies you've been exposed to over the past 1 or 2 days, and also emotions. So I clear all sorts of emotions. And maybe you can feel that the system is calming down more and more and more. You can relax more and more and more. And when you relax more, the energy field automatically also opens up more. More light is entering. Then I open up the central energy channel. The central energy channel is located in the center of the energy field. So it goes from the root to the crown chakra. This is where life energy flows through the system. So life energy flows from the root to the crown, falls back down left and right in all directions, and flows up again, and so on. So it's a constant and never-ending flow. And depending on the openness of our system, there is a lot of life energy flowing. And when it's not so open yet, there's just not so much life energy flowing. And what we want is we want to have as much life energy flowing as possible. And life energy is life itself. Life itself flows through our system moment by moment by moment by moment. It's just unfolding in the present moment. So basically, we are moved by life through our life experience. In the present moment. And now so there is this mechanism that creates a past and a future. I'm going to break down this mechanism because what we want is we really want to be in the present moment all the time. The past and the future is just an experience. It doesn't really exist. And because of this mechanism, we can experience a past and a future, but it's just because of this mechanism. It's not real. The experience of it is real, but that's it. So I'm breaking this down. Because being able to tap into past and the future is a limitation. It takes us away from the present moment. And most people are constantly in the past, future, like they're everywhere except for here. And when we are in the past and the future, we take away the possibility of the present moment, that it can unfold differently than we have experienced before. Okay. So I remove the possibility now. Then I accelerate the life energy. And then I help it to flow more. Again, it flows from the root to the crown chakra and falls down left and right in all directions. And when the energy is removed from past and future and just in the present moment, it means we have a lot more energy available in the present moment for whatever is coming up in the present moment. And we can focus on that more and use the energy and create in the present moment. So this is what we want. Then I open up the energy field more. Always when I open up the energy field more light can enter and also enter deeper layers. So I bring in even more light. Then I open up the chakras, crown chakra first. Then third eye chakra. Maybe you can feel an expansion in that area. The chakras are a lot larger than the body. So when I open up the chakras, there's an expansion happening in that area and also more light is entering right away. Then heart chakra. Solar plexus. sacral chakra, and root chakra. And then if there are still thoughts there, I'm going to help with that and just clear energy out of the mind level. And it doesn't really matter if you have thoughts, if there's just energy stuck on the mind level, it just means that it's possible that you have more thoughts than usual. And when I clear them and there's less energy, then there are usually less thoughts or no thoughts. And it's all about not being disturbed by the thoughts. So if they're there, that's totally fine. When you experience like more thoughts than usually during the session, it's often also because the clearing energy, so the energy that's leaving the system also leaves through the mind level, and you can perceive that and just see like all the information leaving the system. And then often it also happens that there are just a lot of thoughts. But everybody's different, everybody's system is different, so I'm just sharing what possibilities are there. Okay. Again, there is more comforting energy coming in, comforting energy for the human aspect, so that the human feels comforted, not just in this session, but also in your everyday life experience. That there's just the human feels comforted, like comforted by a mother, in that kind of way. We're nurtured and comforted. So that's coming in. And that everything, so the next energy that comes in, it has the information that everything will work out perfectly, or everything is all right. Everything will work out perfectly. So just energy for the human. And it's for here right now, but also for going through your everyday life experience, that this information is more present. And this helps basically to relax more into the present moment and also surrender more to life when these energies are present, until they're not needed anymore. Sometimes they're needed, but when they're not needed anymore, it's fine. You are there all the time, you are surrendered. But if not yet, then these energies are just helping with that. And the trust is coming in, the trust towards life itself, that you are here to live exactly this life. And if you have the feeling, but I want to live a different life, or life needs to be different, or I want it to be different, and so on, it's just either the ego or programs or both that are playing out in the system. So we're going to clear. I start clearing, so I clear energies that are in the way of allowing life to just unfold how it's supposed to unfold. So resistance, second chakra, I clear resistance to life itself. So this is a core energy and a core blockage, the resistance towards life. Second chakra, I clear it. Then heart chakra is always identification. I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I want it to be different, I want it to be different, I want it to be different, I want it to be different. I don't want to go through certain experiences. Yeah, I don't want to have certain experiences. I don't want to have certain experiences. I don't want to have certain experiences. I don't want to also, so not just your experiences, but also like seeing that other people have certain or go through certain experiences. There's also an energy that doesn't want that doesn't want certain experiences for other people. So I don't want them to experience that. I don't want them to experience that. I don't want them to experience that. So clear those energies as well. So root chakra, fear of letting go, fear of letting go, fear of letting go, fear of letting go, fear of allowing life to unfold. So there is fear, clear the energy of fear of allowing life to just unfold and to flow. And the fear of losing control, the fear of losing control, the fear of losing control, being out of control. So I clear these energies. And an energy that's like holding on, like, I really want that everything stays exactly the same. And so when there is like this movement, this expansion happening in the system, so there is an expansion happening, meaning that more life energy can flow through. Also at the same time, it means that you have less control if that energy is still there, that you want to have control. And then this energy just starts to grab on things that it knows, that it wants, that it is familiar with, because it doesn't want to lose the control. So I clear the energy that's grabbing onto the known. I prefer heart chakra, is always identification. I prefer the known, I prefer the known, I prefer the known, I prefer the known, I prefer the known. I want to be in control, I want to be in control, I want to be in control. I want to be in control of my life. I want to be in control of my life. I want to be in control of my life. And I also want to control other people's lives. And what I mean by that is, people who are close to you, like friends, family, people who are close to you, and you think you know what's good for them, and then you want to be them in a certain way, or that their life unfolds in a certain way. So for close people, I clear those energies. I want to be in control of their life. And then also looking further to people in our area, in our country, or even on other parts of the world where we see people having a life experience, and we don't want them to have this life experience because from our perspective, it's a, let's say, not a very good life experience, or an awful life experience, a painful life experience. So we don't want them to go through this life experience. So I clear those energies. So the information just comes through that we need to understand. I mean, we probably understand that, but just for that it's shared. Everybody incarnates here to, like, people choose, the soul chooses in which country they incarnate. The soul chooses the parents and also all of that stuff. So it's, everything is already pre-organized and chosen. So of course, when we are here, we don't remember that. But this could be a way of how we look at other people in other countries or around us who have a certain life experience where we think it should be different because we compared with our own life experience. But just know that they chose that like we did as well. And now this energy is coming in of allowing them to live through their life or have their life experience. So this is coming in, the allowing, because this is also freeing up us so much. And it also pulls us more into the present moment and into our own life experience, which we have. Because what is our life experience? This is what we like. We get up in the morning, we go through our day, and then we go back, we go to sleep at night, and this is all there is. So everything we experience during a day is our life experience, and that's all. There is nothing else, because we're manifesting everything in front of us while we walk through our day, and nothing else exists. So everything else is just what we hear or what we think is happening. But what really happens is in our everyday life experience, in our own consciousness, it's reflected there, and that's all that exists for us. So that's just important, that's coming in. So the understanding of that, and also the allowing. And this is where the unconditional love comes in. So that's coming in right now. The unconditional love for every other human on this planet, and also animals and plants and so on. And this understanding with this unconditional love that everybody's exactly the same. There is no difference. We're all here for the same purpose. We just chose a different way of experiencing this reality, and that's it. That's the only difference. The way of we chose to come here or to live this life experience. And this is what unconditional love is, the full recognition of that. Okay, I now see energies popping up that are the opposite of, or just different from this unconditional love, and I'm going to clear them. Heart chakra, I want it to be different. I want it to be different. I want it to be different. I want love to be different. I want love to be different. Love means, so this is a misunderstanding. Love means, so when I love somebody and I want that person to have a good life experience, this is the misunderstanding, so I clear it. Then again, very similar than before. I want to, the best way I can describe it is like I want to have more say in other people's life experiences. So I want that other people have a better life experience as they are having. So people around you or anywhere in the world. So clear those energies. Then I clear the energy third chakra of comparison. So comparing with others, comparing your life with others. So even like family members, friends, people around you, but also people you don't know. So the comparison. Then heart chakra, again, is the identification. I compare myself with others, or I compare my life experience with others. I want it to be different. 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 I want life to play out in a different way for them. And I want to put my understanding of what a good life is, or how life is supposed to be, on them. So I clear this energy as well. Then I also clear energies. I want this, heart chakra. I want this, I want that. So for your own life experience, I want this to be different. I want that to be different. And I want certain things. And I clear just those things that are coming from the ego. So there is a difference between where are these the wishes we have for us, for our life experience, coming from, are they like from the heart or from the ego? So I clear just the ego ones, because those are the ones that are not of the highest truth. The ones that are from the heart, they are from the highest truth. And the highest truth always changes. You know, it's right now, the highest truth is different than in a week from now, in 2 months from now, in a year from now, in 10 years from now. It changes because, you know, we learn every day, we change every day as well. And so this is why our highest truth changes. Certain things can stay the same, but certain things can change, and that's very normal. So the highest truth is not like a stagnant, there's nothing stagnant. Like it's always moving, it's always changing. Heart chakra, I don't like changes, I don't like changes, I don't like changes. I prefer stability. I prefer stability, I prefer stability, I prefer stability. Heart chakra. That I don't want to feel, I don't want to feel, I don't want to feel, I don't want to feel. Then sometimes we can't feel because we closed down, let's just say, certain pathways or certain energies from coming up and being experienced throughout our lifetimes, because certain experiences were just too much, too overwhelming, too painful, and so on. So I'm just gonna open up in the heart chakra these pathways, and then I release as many energies as possible from the stuck ones. So open the pathways, and now I push out the energies. Okay, do it again. Then I fill up these pathways with high vibrational healing energy. Maybe you can feel that they're like branches going into all directions of our bodies. Then I just send healing energies into our heart. Then I open up the heart more, basically another layer. Then I put healing energies into deeper layers, again into the heart chakra. Then I clear resistance. There is resistance to going into deeper layers into the heart chakra, so I clear the resistance. Looking into these deep wounds from the past. Again, I put more healing energies into the heart chakra. And maybe you can feel there is already more light in there, that it feels lighter. There's just expansion happening in that area. And I just get the information from the system. I'm ready to open up more and let these energies go. So that's amazing. Then I also work on the throat chakra, just clear blockages so that more light can flow down from crown chakra, third eye chakra, throat, and then into the heart chakra. So I clear blockages out of the throat chakra, mostly energies around things you didn't share, or yeah, it's just energy that wasn't expressed. Basically on the core level, it's energy that wasn't expressed. So meaning you haven't spoken about certain things. You just didn't say something. You didn't say anything for various different reasons. So just clear the energy that wasn't flowing, that got stuck. And also energies around things you said or shared that weren't of your highest truth. And things you said that you basically regretted afterwards that you said it. So clear those energies. Heart chakra. I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have mentioned that. I shouldn't have mentioned that. I shouldn't have mentioned that. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. So clear those energies. I feel awful. I feel awful. I feel awful. I feel like I've done something wrong. I've done something wrong. I've done something wrong. I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said anything. I didn't want to cause problems or trouble or hurt. Didn't want to hurt anybody. Heart chakra. So there is an energy coming in for kindness, that it just brings this aspect more into our human part. Then compassion is coming in, that this aspect is just more present in our human part, because the true nature, is different. We don't need those energies in the true nature because they're all in there anyways. This is just for the human. Because if we have a human, which we do, it's also good if you want, of course, but it's good to have a nice human, a kind one, a compassionate one. So that's coming in for the human. And it also helps ourselves being more kind to ourselves and more compassionate to ourselves. So that's happening. And this allows us, so I always see the energetical change in the system when we are more kind and loving to ourselves, or more kind and compassionate to ourselves. then there is also more capacity to hold love in the system, to receive love and to give love. I'm talking about the human part still. And then when the human is full with love, so that's coming in, it's coming in, it's coming in, then there is space for the unconditional love, because the human often doesn't have enough love, you know? And this is why we try to get it in various different ways, which is natural. But if the human is filled up with love, then there is space for the unconditional love. And the unconditional love, yeah, is unconditional. So that's the difference. There is more unconditional love coming in now because the human is filled up. And this is what the system really enjoys, this unconditional love. So fill the heart chakra up with unconditional love and the rest of the, so it flows into the body and then energy bodies, energy body. Then I clear more energies that are in the way of experiencing more of this unconditional love or coming from there. So specifically from on the timeline, on your personal timeline, when you were a baby and for whatever reason, you didn't receive the love from your mother as you needed it. You know, it could be like for a minute because she was distracted, or it could be for in general because this was your experience as a child. So it could be anything really. I mean, from the amount of time, but I'm just clearing these energies when you weren't receiving enough love as a child. Brings in a massive change in the energy field. Then when, again, when you were a child, when there was a situation when you felt like you weren't taken seriously, so you wanted something or you had a certain need and you weren't taken seriously, so I clear and heal this when this came into the system for the first time. Again, brings in a massive change to the system. Maybe you can feel that a lot more love is now flowing already, like a lot. Then I heal and clear the time when you realized when you are not your authentic self and you're not following your highest truth, but the highest truth of people around you, like your parents, for example, because they were, the one closest to you, or depending on who was closest to you at that very young age, that you started to follow their truth because then you were a good girl, a good boy, you were behaving, all of this. So I heal that. Again, brings a massive change to the energy field. And just because of clearing those energies, there's so much expansion happening, so much more light is flowing in. It's really beautiful. And maybe you can feel that you feel more whole, like there's more wholeness there. Because before, it's like energy parts were scattered in that area where I was just working on. And when I work on the past, it's just energies that are still in your system from those experiences. So it's not that I go back in time, although I'm shown it in that way, but it's all here. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to experience it anymore. Then I open up the energy field more. Bring in more light. Then there's specifically a very big amount of light sitting on the top of your head, and I pull it into the heart chakra. It's like a ball or orb of light. It contains a lot of high vibrational light. Bring it into the heart chakra. Then I open it up in the heart chakra. And this light fundamentally contains the information of the highest truth, and it's now in your heart chakra, vibrating there, changing the vibration of other energies. So this energy of highest truth contains a lot of different ones. I'm just going to share a few. They're then there for you and for others. So it's kindness, it's love, is compassion, is joy, is inner peace and freedom. Freedom. It's a very important one, freedom. Because when you have the love there, then you have so much freedom because you don't need to get it from anywhere. Because a lot of actions we're doing is we're filling lacks. One of the biggest one is, the lack of abundance in terms of like money and goods and stuff like that. And the other one is a lack of love. That's the other gap we're filling, the other lack we're filling. So we move throughout our life. We do so many things to fill those lacks. We try to do it on the outside with in various different ways. But the lack it's in our experience on the inside, right? And the freedom of lack, specifically in that case, where the love is there, so we don't lack love. A lot of freedom comes with that, like massive amount of freedom. And again, a massive amount of energy becomes available because we're not like looking for that anymore. We don't put energies into areas where we think we can find it. So we have this energy available in the present moment for just something else, for whatever we need it, of course, but for something else. So we free up energy. And with this love being in our system now, there's also the recognition that we got manipulated and we were manipulating sometimes in our life experience others to receive love. So I clear the energy of manipulation out of the system. And it's not just us, but like also, let's say, advertisement works, for example, with manipulation a lot around love. You like, when you watch an advertisement, for example, and there is like a couple being in love and then they sell like a fragrance, you know what I mean? So it's what can a fragrance do? Really, just a story. But it's a manipulation of, we receive this understanding, or we get this understanding when we buy this fragrance, we will be loved. So we are manipulated into this belief. So clear energies of manipulation. That we were falling for. And when we were manipulating, and it's not always like negative manipulation, it's always neutral. It's of course in which direction it goes. So in general, I clear manipulation. Specifically also out of the third chakra, the energy of manipulation. And this is also a big one that's in the way of truth. And in the way of being like more straightforward. Just an example, asking someone, can you give me some love? Like, can you give me a hug or whatever, in that kind of way, versus manipulating the person into getting what you want, or something else, like whatever you want. So I clear the energies that have the tendency to get what you want, but like from this way of manipulation, like not direct. So I clear these energies because again, they take up so much energy. The direct way is always the fastest. Yeah. Then again, heart chakra. I clear core energies. I'm not good enough. 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 And this is why you think you don't receive certain things, or you don't experience certain experiences. There's this core belief. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not lovable. I'm not lovable. I'm doing something wrong, or I did something wrong. This is why I'm not receiving what I want, or not getting what I want. So clear those energies. And there is like a relief from the energy field now, because you could let go of a lot, which is really nice. And now also the love is perceived differently. So there's more unconditional love coming in, and it's now already perceived differently, like softer. In general, softer. The system is more soft, is more open, is lighter, so that the unconditional love can come in more and more. And I'm working on the third eye, specifically the pineal gland. So activate the pineal gland. This also helps us, so the pineal gland also helps us to become or be more aware, and also have more awareness of the little differences between all of these energies I'm talking about. So in general, they're always moving us, they're moving through us, and so that we are able to distinguish better and to see where are they actually coming from. So it's not something that you would like sit and contemplate and oh, where's this energy coming from? It's more like you just know, okay, this is now coming from, it's an old one, it's coming from this manipulation energy, or this one is coming from because I felt like I'm not lovable, or and so on, so you will be just more aware. And this is so powerful when you are aware, because then it's so easier, at first easier, then eventually easy, not to act on them anymore. And when you don't act on them, you withdraw energy from these patterns, and then they start breaking down anyway, so they fall away. So activate the pineal gland. It also helps in understanding of when you have certain experiences, you go through certain experiences, why they are there, why do you have to have them, what do you want to teach you, or how they are serving you. Because often certain things are serving us and we don't see right away why. Or we learn something and then we see later on, oh, this is and that is what we learned. So just this understanding of while we go through this experience, oh, this is a learning. We don't know what yet, for example, but we don't know, oh, that's a learning. Or also this is karma playing out, just this understanding when it happens. And this gives us a lot of freedom just to see what's playing out. And there are so many energies in our system and also like all around us, And it's often, so most of the time we feel our own energies, but sometimes we also feel, let's say, collective energies, just energies that are there for everybody. And if we have resonance, we can tap into them as well. And what I'm going to do is, so it's not bad, that's very normal, this is just how it is. But it's also not helpful when the full seeing of what is not there yet. Because this can cause confusion. Okay, where is this now coming from? I don't understand. And so I'm just going to put so if I say, I'm just going to say it, but it's not really what it is. I'm just going to say it first so that you understand it. So an energy protection around your system, but it's not like that. It's just that basically the resonance can't, or at least is not that strong to energies that are collective and not your own. So the focus should be right now more on your own stuff. So this is why I'm putting it there. And it's not like a protection, it's just like a softener. Let's just call it like that. So it's an energetic layer that softens other energies that are coming in your area. Okay. Then I put healing energies into the third chakra. And then I clear a few energies that are coming up. So I see just tightness there. So it's just in general the energy of worry, the energy of confusion, misunderstandings. This is an important one also, misunderstandings, because sometimes we see a certain situation from the outside perspective, from the observer perspective, and we give it a meaning. So we think we know what's going on in this specific situation. And often it's misunderstood. So in general, this energy of misunderstanding is responsible for that. So when we misunderstand something or we feel misunderstood, so it always goes in both or in different ways, outward and inward. So we feel misunderstood and we misunderstand certain situations or people or whatever people like share, we just see it through a different lens. So in general, misunderstanding. Then comparison, a clear energy of comparison, of judgment, of judgment. That's a big one, heart chakra. So when you were judging, so I judge, I judge, I judge. So it kind of goes back to what we were sharing in the beginning with we're judging other people and other people's life experience. I judge others and I judge myself. So clear these energies. Then root chakra, the fear of being judged. That's a very big one, because this brings up such a defensive mechanism, is like nearly as strong as that you don't want to die. I mean, it's a very similar energy, but like these defensive mechanisms of not wanting to be judged or judgment in general is super strong. So a clear root chakra, the fear of judgment, the fear of judgment. So being judged by friends, family, so close people, neighbors, people from work or in your area where you spend time. In general, I clear the energy of judgment out of your system. Again, heart chakra. I judge, I judge, I judge, I judge, I judge, I judge. I don't like to be judged. 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 And the sadness behind it, the sadness, the sadness, the sadness, the sadness of being judged. Then also the sadness around judging and not that we have a certain understanding of how things are supposed to be, or how they're supposed to work, or how people are supposed to be. And this framework, I clear the framework, because this is also a major limitation. And it just takes us away from the unconditional love. When things have to be a certain way, or when we judge, so they really take us far away from unconditional love. So clear those energies. Then I also clear past life influences around the energy of judgment. I just look into one to share what I mean. So I just see a marketplace where, so people who have committed crimes were like, what's the word? Like put like, you know, there was a pole and they were like tied to a ball so that everybody could see, or they did something wrong and they were able to judge them, so they were judged. And some of them also were then burned because they had this death penalty going on. But in general, like the crowd, I see this judgment from the crowd, and this was all created by the people who made the rules. And this is also a very powerful one. Oh, this is like extremely powerful. I feel it like extremely influencing. This is actually the energy I'm supposed to be clearing. So it's like the ones that are making the rules, they have the power to divide us. So I heal this energy. Clear it. And I clear more past lives where somebody was able to divide us as society, or as society. And now the more of this judgment energy. And I just see it so clearly. And this is a very strong energy, this dividing energy from authorities that take us away, far away from unconditional love and compassion and all of that. So I cleared many of them out of our system. So meaning, when this is also happening like on a collective level or in your area, that you will find less or no resonance to that. So it's like you see this happening, you see people are getting divided, people are having these issues, but you're not gonna be like dragged into it to that extent, or not at all. And this is really what it is. When we clear certain energies out of our system, first of all, it doesn't manifest in our own personal life experience anymore. And second, we also don't find resonance, and we see other people being caught or being in this energy. And there is the energy, the understanding there, that they just go through their experiences. They need to go through their experiences until they have these realizations themselves. So they're not getting caught in those energies anymore. They decide, I don't want to be caught in these energies. It's possible that they are able to decide this in this lifetime, and it's possible that they are not, maybe next life. And just the unconditional love, first of all, I mean, this is the strongest one anyways, but also the recognition. I don't have resonance for that in my system. I'm just in an observer perspective. From that perspective, I see it. It's already like a lot. And now I'm filling up the system with unconditional love. And the heart chakra. And through the heart chakra, the rest of the system.